The first one is the real-time referral loop, which you call the referral loop. I call it the real-time referral program. So I'll dive into what I do, and yours is slightly different, right, Brandon?
Let's hear yours first, and then I'll tell you.
Okay. All right. So for the real-time referral program, this is what I pitch to my realtors is I say, hey, you get all the leads up front. And I understand that. Like as a mortgage broker, like you feed my business. So I want to feed your business as well because I want us to both grow. So in doing that, you are always getting the upfront leads, which I appreciate. But what I want to do is I want to reciprocate and get you the leads on the back end. And how I do that is I get leads from my client journey, from referrals from people going through my client journey. So a good example of that would be I'd say, hey, anyone that's in my like going through a pre-approval or even like a refinance or renewal, I'm asking them for a referral. And I track where all my leads come from. So if that lead came from, like, let's just say we closed on a mortgage or a purchase 2 years ago, and this person, John Smith, came back to me in the future and he sent me like a friend of his who didn't have a realtor, then like that's part of it too. I'll be like, hey, do you have a realtor? No, you don't. Okay, cool. Where did you come from? Okay, you came from this person who used this realtor. You sent that lead over. Cool. I'm going to connect you with that realtor. And that's just me reciprocating the favor because that original lead came from that realtor. I don't know if that, am I confusing at this point?
No, I think it all tracks. I'll share mine, and maybe it's a little bit easier for people to visualize. So I always say, like, as a mortgage broker agent, we are downstream from you in the referral process. So quite often people get into the river and they're coming to the realtor first, and then they're floating down to us, and it's very difficult to send someone else back upstream. But where I go in with the loop is that if that person's at their kids' hockey game or they're at a barbecue and they're talking about, hey, I just bought this house, and someone asks them, who did you use for your mortgage broker? And they give my name, I then say, hey, it takes two hands to clap. Tom was the realtor on the transaction and found them the dream property. I just arranged the financing. Do you mind if I make an introduction there as well? And if they say yes, then I'm sending that borrower to the top of the stream, entering with that realtor. So it just kind of looping people through the system, and it's creating deals from everywhere. And why I like this is eventually it becomes that if Tom's the realtor and I'm the broker, we are that team that people trust. So everyone on that hockey team uses us as a team. Everyone from that barbecue goes
Mhm.
to us and approaches us. And it builds a triangle of trust, which then layered within the community, provided you give everyone the same level of care and the experience continues to only get better. You're just going to have that compounding effect within that network itself.
Yeah, so yours really does live up to the name referral loop because it is really that big loop. Ours does differ because for me, it's anyone in the back end that's going through the process is where I squeeze those leads out of. So if it's, say, you're one of my clients and you're going through our process, if I'm doing my calls and I have either myself or an assistant doing the phone calls, like we used to have an assistant doing calls on a weekly basis to our pre-approved buyers. And part of those calls, like every now and then we would do an ask. So the ask would be like, hey, like how's the home buying process going? Great. Okay, cool. Do you know anyone that needs a home right now or whatever, whatever? Cool. Yes. Give us that information. And that's where we send that back to the realtor if they don't have one. And the same thing goes any client that is going through a process and we have a referral to their accountant or another referral partner, and that person gives us a lead, that's going back to the original, the OG realtor. So we're just weaving in these different opportunities to source it back to the original referral partner.
Exactly. It just sending to whoever sparked the initial relationship. You're always sending them back. And okay, a lot of the times you're going to recommend that person and they might choose to use someone else. That doesn't matter. You're still giving that realtor a chance to win that business. And it's the same thing as when they refer you. So that person might choose to go with their bank. They might choose a credit union, a different broker. It doesn't matter. The value is in the fact that they're thinking of you and sending the referral. And realtors appreciate that as well. They're the same as us. They, at the end of the day, a referral is the highest respect you can give them.